come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running back to the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. It is here in the Father's kingdom. It was there for me. You took me in, and you washed away my sin. You washed away my.
You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, theys, and gays. This is the Real Pineapple. Sorry, as I adjust my mic here. This is Hunter here. Happy Tuesday. Well, probably Tuesday by the time you're listening to this if you're not watching live. I just realized that my random pile closes in shop, but that's fine. It's been a very long couple days, y'all, but I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good start to your week. Today is Monday the 13th. Fuck Christopher Columbus, by the way. He didn't discover shit. It was actually very weird today at work. I had there were like kids coming in. I'm like, why are there kids in here like at 10 in the morning? And it was like, oh, well, because it's Columbus Day and schools are closed. I was like, really? Like for fucking who the like I completely fucking forgot because I actually only celebrate actual holidays. So like, why the fuck? Why Columbus Day is still celebrated? I don't fucking understand. You can see my gorgeous, adorable cat. Hi, Milo. Can you say hi? Can you say hi to the people? Meow. No? Okay. But you can see Milo in the background there. I'll lift the mic up a little bit so you can see him. Hi, Milo. But this is going to be a quick stream, but I just wanted to go ahead and do a quick review of this thriller / horror movie that I checked out. But I wanted to go ahead and reveal what the list is going to be. Now, this is kind of finalized. I've been going back and forth, to be honest, on this. So, much like a wrestling show, cards subject to change. But actually, I'm gonna let's do that. But I did want to go ahead and kind of share what the plan is as far as reviews, somewhat moving forward. So actually, let me see. There we go. We'll do this and sorry y'all. It's been there we go. So like I said, this is not final, but this is probably what I'm going to be going with a few exceptions. As I mentioned, like a wrestling show, card is subject to change. So for the Real Spooky series this year, I'm gonna have reviews for all the Final Destination movies. I'm actually gonna watch 3 and 4 tomorrow. I watched the first 2 over the weekend. I have my thoughts, and I will simply leave it at that. But I'll have a review for all the Final Destination films. I'm gonna have a review for the Saw series. I'm gonna try to get through all of them. I fucking forgot how many Saw movies there are. There's like 11. I think, if you count Spiral, which I've talked to Nick over at the Afternoon Tune, shout out to Nick and several other people, and they do not count Spiral. So I'll probably watch it anyways, just because I'm morbidly curious, and I heard not great things about Chris Rock. But I'm gonna check it out. I'll probably check it out. So the Saw series. I haven't watched The Birds in a minute, and I've been feeling like I have not the fact that I haven't reviewed a Hitchcock film on here, it just seems wrong. Like I have a Hitchcock like collection like in my my DVD collection, and I have not reviewed a Hitchcock film during October. That just seems wrong. So I'm gonna fix that. So I'll probably do The Birds. I might end up doing Rear Window as well, but we'll see. But I'm definitely doing The Birds because that one scares the shit out of me. Portal to Hell, which was this film that friend of the show, Ramina Dugo, went ahead and co-starred in. I checked it out, and I've been wanting to review it. Hopefully, potentially she can come back on the show. It'd be nice to talk to her again. But I really, really, really want to talk about that movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and review that as well. Sinners. I have not watched Sinners yet. And I understand that several of you are like, what the fuck have you not watched Sinners? I've avoided spoilers. I don't know what happens in Sinners. I am just stoked to watch it. I promised Alea that I wouldn't watch it without her. Um, I told her, I was like, you can get like one of these a month. Like, what's a movie you don't want me to watch without you? And she was like, Sinners. I was like, fuck. So I promised I'd wait to watch it with her. So we're gonna knock it out probably next week, during our movie our weekly movie date. So gonna check out Sinners next week. I'm pretty stoked to check that one out. I'm gonna have a review for Megan and Megan 2.0. I'd never seen those until recently, so I'm actually really excited to talk about those because y'all might be surprised what I think about those. And I will simply leave it at that. The film I'm going to be reviewing, I'll get back to that one because I'm going to be reviewing that film tonight. Cabin in the Woods, another movie I can't believe I haven't reviewed yet. I've had it on the list for a couple years, and every October, just other stuff is kind of pushed aside. But I love Cabin in the Woods, so I want to go ahead and, pardon me, and review that one. Cuckoo, which I checked out initially when it came out, but I think that's a very underrated flick. And without spoiling too much, I will talk about why I think it's such an underrated flick. But I'm excited to go ahead and check it out. Plus, Hunter Schafer, fucking baddie in that. Like, that's a movie of a lot of attractive people. Hunter Schafer, Jessica Henwick, Mia Liao, I think that's how you say it. She's not. let me backtrack. She's not attractive. She's just very good in the movie. But I really liked her in it. I love Dan Stevens. I love that dude so much. I don't think Dan Stevens gets nearly enough credit for how great he is in pretty much fucking everything. Whether it's The Guest, whether it's Legion, Abigail, the motherfucker just gets it. He just gets how to just kind of just melts into whatever role he's in. I fucking love that dude. So yeah, I'm excited to watch Cuckoo, or rewatch Cuckoo, pardon me. But gonna be reviewing that. And then let's see, two more. Practical Magic. I really like Practical Magic a lot. It's been a while since I've watched it. It's one of those movies I saw as a kid because my mom just loves that fucking movie. Shout out to my mom. I love you, mom. But I haven't watched it since, oh man, probably since I was at least in high school. So it's been a while. But it's one of those things that makes you go like, you know what, I should rewatch this and see if it holds up. Plus Nicole Kidman's single now, so I need to stock up on my milk. So so I'm gonna rewatch Practical Magic. I'm excited to check that out. And then The Craft. I haven't watched The Craft since high school. Probably explains a lot of my attraction to goth girls, but that's a whole other conversation. I'm happy Neve Campbell is getting paid for Scream 7. I won't be watching Scream 7, at least not in the theater. Maybe when it hits Paramount Plus and I'm already home. But I really want to check out The Craft because it's been a while since I've checked it out. So gonna check out The Craft as well. And then so yeah, that's gonna be. Oh, and I didn't add it to the list just because I ran out of space. I didn't want to do a whole other document. But Weapons, I will be watching Weapons. I've had several people request that I watch Weapons and hype it up. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. So, pardon me. So so I'll have reviews up for all these by the end of the month. You'll probably get a couple reviews on Halloween. You might even get a stream on Halloween. We'll see. We'll see how things break down. But I'm gonna try to have all these done by the end of the month. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays are gonna be very busy in terms of watching shit. But that brings me to the movie that we're reviewing, that I'm reviewing tonight, which is The Man in the White Van. Which is directed by Warren Skeels, who you know from Siesta Key, Recount back in 2008, Dogtown in 2018. What I will say about this movie is I didn't even watch the trailer. I just read the plot synopsis and went, sure. Which I'll be real, y'all. That happens a lot more, I think, than y'all realize. Like sometimes I just go like I try to go into movies blind as much as possible, especially things I'm not familiar with. I understand that there's just gonna be some shit I'm very aware of, and it is what it is. But I actually watched a movie recently, which I won't spoil because I want to review it, that I had no idea what it was about, and it actually caught me off guard of how much I enjoyed it. So just to show that that does work sometimes. But this movie in question, it stars Madison Wolfe, Breck Basinger, Sky Jackson, Gavin Warren, Ali Larder, and Sean Astin. So the movie itself, um, it's a very simple plot. So it is based on a true story. It's about this serial killer named Billy Mansfield, who went ahead and committed several murders of women and girls between 1975 and 1980. So, what I'll say about this movie is one of the biggest issues about it is that it immediately is giving you um, Black Phone vibes. Like, and it's not made better by the fact that the Black Phone 2 comes out on Friday, which, by the way, I am hyped to check out the new Black Phone. I hope the sequel does the original justice. I'm really excited to check this out. Check out the Black Phone 2. But I digress. But I couldn't help but think of the Black Phone, which was a movie that just blew me away in the best way. I think Ethan Hawke is fucking horrifying in the Black Phone. And in terms of, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the other two people in that. But between that and Finney, played by Mason Thames, and then Gwen, who's played by Madeline McGraw, they were fucking amazing. And plus, shout out as well to Jeremy Davies, who played the dad, Terrence, who, of course, from Justified, Saving Private Ryan, Twister, Secretary, to name a few. That is just a movie where everyone is fucking locked the fuck in. Like, I love that goddamn movie. And so this had an uphill battle with me, admittedly, kind of from jump, because I was like, why should I care about who's in this? And I will say the big reason to kind of care is Madison Wolfe, who from The Conjuring 2, Trumbo, I Kill Giants, name a few. She goes ahead and she plays Annie, who is this girl living in Florida, has her two parents who are very, I don't want to say distant because that's not really for the parents, but Annie has, we'll just call it a very, we'll call it a very active imagination. She's very aware of the fact she likes to embellish a bit, which I think a lot of kids just like to do. But it's really weird. I think this is one of the things that kind of put me off, even though I understand that there are parents that are like this. Her parents seem so cut off guard and kind of like disturbed by it. Like it's not something that they could, correct or that she would grow out of. They just had this way about how they interacted with her that just made me go, wow, you guys are really shitty parents. And I don't want you around these kids. I thought Madison Wolfe did a really good job portraying Annie. I just wish the script had more for her to do, except for kind of be scared, because that's really the issue of this movie. We just know that there's a man in a white van who takes girls, takes women, and that's really it. We don't know anything about the dude. We don't see him really until the third act, as far as his face. Like he's much more of a concept than an actual character. And so I didn't do any research on this until after I watched the movie, because fair is fair. I want to judge the movie on its own merit. But the killer that the movie is talking about in the film, guy's name is Barry Mansfield. So just going on Wikipedia here, so he was responsible for the murders of 5 women and girls between 1975 and 1980. he buried the bodies of 4 victims at the family home in Spring Hill, Florida, and then later traveled with his brother to California, where he SA'd and strangled a Watsonville woman. That's he received 4 life sentences. None of this is God. Oh God, Josh is here. It's Josh from the Afternoon Tune. What up, Josh? Yes, your Bears won something. Congratulations. Yeah, like my Panthers beat the Cowboys, a better team, but whatever. Yeah, we don't need to win like that. That's why. But the thing about this though is like this dude, just again going through his filmography, Jesus, going through his Wikipedia, he really everybody can beat the Cowboys. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, people have been beating on the Bears for years. Let's not. Yeah, everyone can beat the Cowboys, but yes, everyone can beat the Bears too. Let's calm down now. But this dude, just looking at his Wikipedia, I had no idea about any of this. It like talks about how this guy was bisexual. His ex-wife talked about that. How he would sometimes bring home men to go ahead and fuck in front of his wife, which goddamn. There's stuff like that about in his Wikipedia. The movie never goes over any of this. Like I don't even remember if you actually hear his name. I think he really is just more of a concept than the actual character. When's the last time we won against I don't know, man. I don't know. We probably beat y'all last year. Probably. Yeah, we probably beat y'all. But it's crazy how the movie doesn't go into any of that. And it's just it's so here's the other thing too. I'm just reading through this right now. On October 27th, 1981, aided by 22-year-old fellow inmate Ben Berrigan, Billy unchained himself while at the recreation yard and climbed the roof, where, together with Berrigan, he jumped to the ground and fled. However, they were spotted by a woman who initially ignored them, thinking they were joggers in orange tracksuits, before eventually notifying police. Patrols and sniffer dogs were quickly dispatched in the surrounding areas searched. At 11:45, a man reported 2 suspicious men running by his house, and a policeman investigated the area, finding 2 sets of footprints. After 11 hours of searching, Mansfield was arrested without incident at Paradise Park. That is fucking wild. Like, that was never brought up. Like, no, that would be interesting to hear about. Like, that's interesting shit. But we don't hear anything about Billy's upbringing or really who he is, or like he really is just kind of a faceless character. And so it's hard to have tension and to kind of be invested in Annie from that perspective, because like the threat doesn't feel like a threat. The one big thing I have to give this movie credit for is the character of Margaret, who's played by Breck Basinger, who from she was in Final Destination Bloodlines. Okay, well, I'll be watching that soon. Status update: 47 meters down, Uncaged, Mama Dearest. So she's been in a few things. She plays and I mean this as a compliment, she plays an unbelievable bitch. She has that Texas girl, like oh my god, she's actually from Saginaw, Texas. That's really fucking funny. She has that attitude in the movie of, I can't wait to be a wife so my husband can tell me, oh my god, I'm so sorry, y'all. It's been a long day. I can't wait to be a wife so my husband can tell me exactly how I should feel about social issues. That's the vibe she's giving off. But she's also being a little slut in the movie, because she's sneaking off to go ahead and hook up with this dude when her parents think she's doing, she's upstairs praying, which they actually talk about, which that's fucking wild. But she plays a great bitch. And I will say the chemistry between her and Madison Wolfe's Annie, there is a good chemistry between the two of them. I just think the script fails them in terms of giving them like great dialogue. Like they are making this work at points. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is gonna be a short stream, y'all. They make some of this work in spite of the script, not because of the script. And I think that in particular is the thing that's the most frustrating, because I think if you do a couple rewrites and you interject, maybe you open up with Billy escaping jail, and then you like flash back to Annie and like almost have him telling it like he's telling a story, like, you know, informing someone about what he's done before he goes ahead and like tries to you know, like appeal for parole or something like that. That would have been interesting. And I think telling it from that perspective actually would have added some more weight. Annie as a character is just, it's very much a one trick pony type show. She gets paranoid about certain things, including seeing this white van, who of course we know it is Billy stalking her. She is telling her parents this and about this shit, and her parents are just blowing her off like, no way, who would be following you? Why are you being weird? Her parents, as I mentioned earlier, played by Sean Astin and Ali Larter, who play Richard and Helen Williams, respectively. Ali Larter, man, my God, that woman is fine. She can still, 76, so she's like 40, or 49? Is she really 49? She does not look it. She's fucking gorgeous still. But Astin and Larter fall into that category, a couple that I didn't know I need them as a couple, but when I saw them together, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they actually are a really fun couple. I kind of wish I saw more of them together, but so much of their characters are just doubting Annie. They're like, we don't know a ton about their we don't know a ton about their relationship. We don't know a ton about them, except for, you know, they're married and they seem to love each other. But I would have liked a little more. Would have liked a little more from the two of them. But in terms of this movie, it's a very weirdly paced film as well, because when we do see Billy abducting these women, it really is, it's like a cut scene, and not even a long cut scene. It's like the 30-second, like, this girl's looking lollipop, tra-la, you know, like it's quick like that. So it is frustrating to see how the movie doesn't really elevate or isn't really turning the dial up until the very end, where we finally see Billy. Why do I do these shows so late? I was doing this one late because I got off late. I worked 10 to 7:30 tonight, and like by the time I get home and shower and eat and play with the cats, you know, it's usually like 11:30. But tomorrow night I'm off at 7:30. Wednesday I'm off at 8. So I am going to be doing a stream Thursday. I actually might be doing 2 streams on Thursday. But I'll get into that in a second. Afternoon Tune asking why I do these shows so late. That's why. But I'll get in that in a second. But yeah, unfortunately, y'all, this is just one of those movies, and I paid to rent this. This isn't streaming anywhere. It's currently on VOD, but I paid, I think, $5 to rent this shit, and it's not worth $5 to me. If this was I'm getting there, man. The new job is I'm getting there, but I'm getting paid. I'm getting a steady check. That's what matters at this point. But I like the company I'm with, and yeah. So you know, it's gonna be why did I pay for the movie? Because I don't know, man. I was hoping it'd be good. You know, I went into it hoping it'd be good, and it just wasn't. And it's funny because I've been I've been thinking on this. I'm like, what can I honestly say to not give the fuck yourself? Because the go fuck yourself is something I just really fucking hate. But I was really sitting like on the couch just thinking about like, could I recommend this to anyone? And I'm like, no, because I would just tell them to watch the Black Phone because that's on Peacock. You can at least stream the Black Phone. You'd have to pay for this shit. And even the bits where Brie Basinger and Madison Wolf are exhibiting some good chemistry. I can't justify telling someone to pay for this. Like I just can't. So I don't know if I can. I reserve judgment to go to a go fuck yourself later. I'm gonna go to an F for now. But man, it's one of these things where I was just like, this is kind of just like a nothing burger. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it felt ugh, it felt empty. It felt just very it felt like it needed another rewrite. It definitely needed a punch up in terms of the dialogue, especially. But it just felt very flat for me, especially given the subject matter and just learning what I learned. I will shout out to Sky Jackson, who plays Patty, who is Annie's like best friend in the movie. You know her from Sheroes, Marvel Rising, Chasing Ghosts, The Watsons Go to Birmingham, just to name a few. So I will say I really like the chemistry between her and Madison Wolf. I really like the chemistry there. But yeah, this really just isn't anything you need to rush out and watch. If you really are curious about it, I would definitely say check it out on streaming. But this really feels like a Lifetime movie that I paid for. I mean, a decent Lifetime movie, but definitely something that again, oh my gosh, yeah, this is why it's gonna be a short stream, y'all. But there's a reason why it just fell flat for me, and I wish it hadn't because I like indie movies like this. I want indie films like this to do well. So I was bummed. I was bummed that it wasn't better, but I'm gonna go F. I'll go F plus because some of the acting I did actually like. So I'll go F plus. See, who says I'm not nice? But it's an F plus for me, for the man in the van. So yeah, sorry y'all. Wish it was better, but it is what it is. I know, Milo. Dad's finishing up right now. So yeah, y'all. I'm gonna go and get off of here because it's almost midnight and I do want to crash out. As far as what we got coming up for the rest of the week, I'm gonna have a stream on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. I'll be interviewing a friend of the show, Jennifer Levinson. She's back for another interview. I'm so stoked to talk to her. Fucking adore Jennifer. We're gonna talk about Trust. We're gonna talk about her new horror short that is running on circuit right now, film circuit right now. And we're going to talk about Triassic World, which is streaming on Tubi, which is a Jurassic Park like asylum type film that she started, that she co-stars in. I am so stoked to talk to her about that. I have a joint sitting in my nightstand to watch review Triassic World. I'm so stoked to go ahead and talk to her about that. But we'll talk to her about that. We'll talk to her about how she's just been burning people online, and that I will say that's all I will say because I want to talk to her about that in real time. Stay up for 6 more. You what? You're gonna pay me? You're gonna pay me today for calling in? I say stay up for 6 more hours. Yeah, I'm good, man. But I'm going to be interviewing Jennifer on Thursday. Really stoked to talk to her. By the way, y'all, in case you missed it, my interview with Renaissance woman, singer, songwriter, film script writer, director, Zoe Greenbaum is up on the channel right now. It is a 2.5 hour epic. Why don't you ever interview me? You haven't interviewed me. Interview me first. But I absolutely love talking to Zoe. It was an absolute joy to talk to her. 2.5 hour long interview. If you're not a fan of hers or you're not familiar with her, you will be a fan of hers, and you will be wanting to go ahead and learn more about her after the interview. I guarantee it. She's fucking amazing. And I'm so happy that she was willing to give up 2.5 hours of her time while her short is currently on film circuit right now. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and repost my interview with Zoe. Had a blast talking to her. But I will be doing an interview with Jennifer, as I mentioned, on Thursday, and that will be at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be reviewing, talking to her, and then later on Thursday, I'll be doing a AEW Dynamite review stream. And I think I will jump into my first scary game of the season. I'm debating if I'm going to do Control or maybe Ghostbusters, the game, or maybe The Quarry. Like, pay me on interview. I'm not paying you. As many times I've come out the afternoon tune, you should be paying me. Shit. I'm not paying you. Shit. But I'm gonna have those reviews up for y'all, and then I'm probably gonna go to the theater on Thursday night and check out the Black Phone 2. So I should have a review for the Black Phone 2 on Friday, and I'll probably have a review for one of the Final Destinations, if not a couple of them, on Friday as well. So yeah, y'all, you've got some content coming your way over the next couple days. But I will be posting the interview schedule or the streaming schedule proper on socials tomorrow. Just got to kind of fine tune a few things. But yeah, y'all, I look forward to talking to you later on this week. But I'm gonna go crash out. But everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Give someone a hug. Give someone a compliment. We could all use some more positivity. And never forget, as always, to keep it real. Thank you so much, y'all. And I will talk to you on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, talking to Jennifer Levinson. Have a good night, y'all.